Look at this sweet kitty. Good morning. It is Tuesday, and we are gonna kick this vlog off today with my morning routine. I promised I would show you an updated version of my morning routine during Vlogmas at some point, and today is that day. I wanna start by saying that I have been working on my morning routine I actually found a video from 2019. I thought I started at 2020, and no, it's actually been longer than that. So what that means is that I've been working on this for a long time, and it has taken me years, literal years, to build it up to be something that I do consistently almost every day. Not every day, but almost every day. At least some part of it to help me get my day started the way that I want to. I also want to say I'm a morning person. I thrive in the morning. I am so much more awake. I get so much more done. I like getting up early. Like it's been that way for a long time. So I have a pretty extensive morning routine because that is the most effective use of my time in the morning. If you saw my video where I went through my evening routine, it was a lot shorter because I'm not a night person, and so I don't have any energy then. So if you're not a morning person, don't try to squeeze in a bunch of stuff in the morning when you don't have any energy to do it. The last thing I'll say before we get started is that this routine is forever changing. Probably at least once a week, I am changing something about my morning routine. I'm either adding something, taking something out, changing the times on it, moving something to a different spot in the order. Like, I am constantly changing it based on my goals, my needs, what season it is, like what is going on. And so I'm gonna show you my morning routine today as it stands today. But that was literally altered a few days ago based on where we're at right now. So there's gonna be steps in my morning routine that are specific to December. There's gonna be steps that are shorter because of December. And then there are some steps like reading. Normally I read as part of my morning routine that are not in there at all because I'm just not prioritizing it right now. So this is also the shortest version of my morning routine that you will ever see. Again, because of everything else going on, I shortened it to as minimal as possible to still fit in all the things I wanted to fit in. Look at that cute kitty. Okay, so I do come into my office for like 2 seconds, literally just to grab my phone. My phone sleeps in here, I come in here and I grab it and I go back out there. I would have taken you on that walk with me, but my husband is still asleep and we live in a very small New York City apartment, so, and I'm trying not to wake him up. If you did see my evening routine video, you saw that I use an app called Routinery, and I've been using that app for about 2 years. It has absolutely changed my life in terms of routines. I thrive on having the routine set up in the order it's going to be in, with time estimates and how long each thing is going to take, and then how long the total routine is going to take. And I love seeing the updates of the estimated end time as I go throughout my routine, and things take more or less time than I expected. Now, again, because it's something I've been working on for so long, I've gotten pretty good at estimating how long things are gonna take. Does that mean it's perfect every day? Not even close. But having the timer and Routinery doesn't stress me out. And I know I've talked to people before, especially in our Patreon community, who've been like, I can't use that app because seeing the countdown timer really stresses me out if I'm not gonna finish it in that time. And I completely understand that. So if that is something that overwhelms you, try using the app and either only having them each be 1 minute, and so you know that everything is going to be over time, or having them each be like an hour and knowing that you're not going to have to worry about the countdown. Now, in either of those scenarios, that end time is not going to be accurate, and that's one of my favorite features of the app. So you just have to play around with it, see if it works for you, and if it doesn't, that's fine. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and click play on my Routinery app. All right, the first step is to check my phone. I already did that before I kicked off the vlog. I try to give myself like 1 minute on each of the apps just to check notifications, just to make sure no emergencies came in overnight. I know there are so many people that say that is not a good idea. It's not good for your mental health. I get it, okay? But I feel like I would be more distracted not checking my phone than the negative impact my mental health by checking my phone. That's what works for me. All right, the next step is skincare, and I'm going to show you some of my favorite products during this routine as well. So I talked about this during my Ulta haul, but this is the Garnier Micellar Water. If my camera will focus on it, there it is. This is just the like regular one. Actually, I think this is this is just the regular one. I did get a new version of it in my Ulta haul, but I just take this and just do a wipe over my face, get the dirt from last night, and it just feels good to wake up my face this way. I thought I got all the crusties out of my eyes, but I don't think I did. All right, and then the next step, this is something that's new to me from that Ulta haul, but I've been absolutely loving it, which is the Pixie Hydrating Milk Mist. I used to have a different facial spray from, I can't remember the name of the brand, but I decided it was too expensive and I didn't want to repurchase it, so I've been using this. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. It has this scent. What smelled like this? That reminds me of my childhood. You know what it kind of smells like? It smells like Clinique Happy, which was like the first like perfume I ever really wore. Not exactly, but that's kind of what it smells like. Oh, it smells so good. All right, the next step in my routine is getting a load of laundry in, and you'll see me switch it later on in the routine as well. This is the first apartment we've lived in New York where we've had an in-unit washer and dryer, and it has made such a difference. I love doing one load every single day. It doesn't mean I always fold it and put it away every day, but I at least wash a load every day, and so I always feel like we're on top of our laundry. And this is one of those steps that I won't necessarily have to do every single day if we're relatively caught up, especially towards the end of the week. I don't necessarily do it every day, but today's a Tuesday and Sam was out of town, so there's plenty of clothes to be washed. Then I go out to the kitchen and do all the things there. I take my vitamins, I fill up my water bottle. I also have started a habit of filling up Sam's water bottle for him to get him started for the day. Then I will make my iced coffee, which is a recipe I have shown in a prior vlog. And then I will make sure that Charlie's bowl is filled to the top. All right, now I'm back in my office and moving into kind of the like journaling reflection time of my morning. So I start with reading the one page in the Daily Stoic. This has been an absolute staple in my morning routine for years. And even though I am rereading pages that I've read before, it still really gives me something to kickstart this part of my morning routine. And typically I reflect on something that is a reminder that I needed. Then I move into my gratitude journal, which is just this 5-year journal from Unbound, where each day I write something that I'm thankful for. I'm about to wrap up my 3rd year of working in this journal, so I have 2 more years before I'll need a new one. And I just love it being able to see what I was thankful for the last 2 years and then do a little bit of gratitude to start my day. And then the last step here is actually something that is new to this month. I used to do either morning pages or affirmations, but now I have been doing this Moxie Life daily intentions journal, and I have been absolutely loving it. I think that the questions are helpful, but also short and sweet, and I just have really been enjoying this month. This whole process, these steps, I used to do out on the couch, and sometimes I miss being out there, especially now that the Christmas tree is out there, but I do also being able to write flat on my desk. All right, the next part of my morning routine is all things on my phone. So I start by going through my photos. I use an app called Get Sorted. I'm really trying to get through all the millions of photos on my phone. Okay, millions is an exaggeration, but thousands for sure. Then I will send my December daily photo in for the day. This is obviously a December specific task, but if I didn't do it the day before, I will take this minute to send my December daily photo into the drugstore to get printed. Then I get my workout stack set on my Peloton app. It's ironic that I call it a stack right now because it's literally one workout. So I go to the Facebook group of the workout program that I follow and I grab the one class that I plan to do today and add it to my Peloton stack. And then the last step that I do on my phone is go to Facebook and wish anybody a happy birthday. Sometimes I think we only keep Facebook so we know when people's birthdays are. The next few steps in my morning routine are all work communication related things. So responding to Patreon text messages, Patreon Facebook comments and posts, and then Instagram DMs. And I used to only do this one time a day when I worked my corporate job. I called it my communication routine. I mean, I still do. And I used to only do it once a day. And then when I started working full time for myself, I started doing it twice a day and having 2 full separate communication routines. I quickly realized that didn't work. So I just plopped the couple that I felt were the most important to my business and my mental health. Really, it's not having to think about wanting to respond to these comments when I'm starting to do some other work projects as part of my morning routine. So these are the only 3 steps that I make sure to get in the morning, and it just makes me feel more set up for the rest of the day. Hi, sweet girl. Yeah. Look at that cute face. All right, the next step in my morning routine is to plan my day. And I used to have this step much earlier. Wow, this Papermate flare is really smushed down, which sometimes I really like. I like when it's nice and thick like that, but it's gonna be hard to write on some of these little tiny amplified planner lines. I used to have this step earlier in my morning routine, but this is a December thing that I've pushed it back. But because I'm doing Vlogmas and filming my day every day, most of the time, oh, there goes Charlie. She was sitting in my lap. I was wondering how long that was gonna last. Because I'm filming my plan with me every day, I wanted it to be like kind of the last possible second of my morning routine, hoping that sometimes that my husband is awake. It's rare that he's still awake at this point, depending on what time it is. I never actually also mentioned I start my morning routine whatever time I end up getting up. I try to get up at 6. Sometimes it's earlier if I'm exhausted the night before. Sometimes it's later, whatever. It varies. But I push my plan with me to like the last possible second of my morning routine right now. Once December is over, I'm gonna smush it back up into earlier in the morning. But let's get to planning out the day. So today I actually did get up at like 5:30 and started this routine earlier, but because I'm filming it, oh, there she is. The problem is if I lock her out, she meows at the closed door and then she will wake up my husband. So here we are. Because I'm filming my routine, it is gonna take me longer than it normally would. So I'm gonna go and block off 2 hours instead of 90 minutes. Now, you may have been following along with my Vlogmas videos, or this might be the first one you're watching because it says morning routine. If it is, welcome. One of the things I have been doing is working off of a massive running to-do list for the end of the year and not putting it all down in my planner every day to overwhelm me. And so we're gonna keep operating that way, and I'm only gonna put things in the schedule section that I absolutely have to get to today. Everything else is gonna be on that list. So the first things I'm gonna put, this is not the marker I meant to grab. I meant to grab my Zig dot marker in gray. You know, I've tried to switch to the colors to like brighten the mood a little bit, but most of the colors I press pretty hard, and I love this Amplify paper, but they shadow a lot more than the gray one does, so I switch back to the gray. So one of the first things I want to get to today is the session 3 for Patreon. I just want to get it started. I did my own version of it for my goals yesterday, and so while it's fresh in my head, I want to get it down on paper for the Patreon community. And then December daily, obviously I need to get to that. So those are the only 2 things. Those should not take me the entire morning. If they do, that's fine. And then my first one-on-one coaching call is at noon. Yeah, this marker, this pen, whatever, is very, very thick. Okay, so I have one at noon, and then I have one at 1, and then I have the Patreon co-working session from 2 to 4, and normally, I know I've said this in a few places at this point, normally during our co-working sessions, which we do every month, I also work on my own thing. I have a work project or a personal project or something I'm working on. This month, I want to be available during those co-working sessions because I'm calling them catch-ups for the goal-setting sessions. And so I am planning to just sit there in the chat for 2 hours today and answer any questions that anybody has. So that is what I'll be doing from 2 to 4 with the World Cup on in the background. The World Cup semifinal is on it too. So I will have the Patreon Zoom up and the World Cup at the same time, but my focus is going to be on the patrons today. And then I have another one-on-one call at 4, and then I have one more one-on-one call at 7:30. I don't always do them this late, but I am flexible with people that need to be flexible, and this particular person is a teacher on the West Coast, and so 7:30 is the earliest that she can do. So we have a standing, although our next 2 are earlier in the day because she's off for the break. So, but we've been doing 7:30 on Tuesdays has been our standing call time, and then I'll do my PM routine as soon as I get off that call. If I don't, I will never do it and just go straight to bed. Okay, so a couple other things that I need to get to today. One is, it's a priority, but it's also not, is a fantasy recap. I'm the commissioner for one of my family leagues also. I am crushing it in both of my family fantasy football leagues. One of them I'm now moving into the finals, and one, the playoffs start this weekend, and I am in one of the top 4. I mean, I'm in the first seed in both leagues, which is bananas. Except that in my one league, my quarterback went down last night, so that is unfortunate. Sorry, Cardinals fans. Sorry, Kyler Murray fans. Okay, where was I going with this? I got distracted. Oh, the one other thing I need to do today is I need to run to the grocery store. If you watched yesterday's vlog and the haul, I did a grocery haul, and one of the things I talked about is how when I get Aldi delivery, it doesn't let me buy just one sweet potato, and I need 1 sweet potato for a recipe, and I also need to look for coffee. I'm gonna give another brand of coffee, iced coffee, a try. The one I ordered last time I didn't really like, so I went and braced Trader Joe's. Instead of bracing Trader Joe's, I'm gonna see if I can find one at at the grocery store that's in our neighborhood. And then the only other thing that I want to write down on here is I am rewatching the HB90 courses this week. I'm trying to watch them in real time with everybody, but also I need to finish them a little bit earlier because I need to finish my business goals a little bit earlier in the week. But I'm kind of watching them in the background. Like instead of watching a TV show or listening to music, I'm like rewatching those. So I just wanted that at the top to remind me as I go throughout my day. And then the next step that I will do is I'm going to take a picture of this and post it in the Patreon Facebook group. That is one thing I also do every single day is I share my daily plan with them, whether it's in a planner or in a notepad. And I've told them before, if I don't post my daily plan for the day, it means I didn't make one. Look at that cute face. Hi, pretty girl. All right, so here's the step in my morning routine where I used to have reading. And I would read whatever my nonfiction book was that I was reading. Sometimes I would move back out onto the couch. I would take my coffee, which is clearly not even close to done, and I would read. But again, for time's sake, I've cut that out. So what I have been doing, but I didn't put it in my Routinery app because it's not every day, it's very specific to December, is I've been clicking pause. That's one of the beautiful features. So I literally just like clicked pause, you cannot see that on the app, and I will typically do some work. One of the things that goes here often is prepping the Vlogmas video for the day if my editor finished it after I was like done working for the day, which is much more common on weekends, or if she has something going on during the day and doesn't get to editing it till the evening. Yesterday, she got it done very fast. She texted me like 10 that the video was uploading. And so I got the video prepped yesterday, so I don't have to do that this morning. But I am still gonna sit here and do some other work. I'm gonna get started on that Patreon session 3, just because I'm not ready to like get up and start working out. I'm still like enjoying my slow paced morning, and I've cut a lot of stuff out of my morning routine right now that normally would have happened before this, that like it is later. I'm more awake by the time we get to the workout, and my coffee is gone, that's like a big piece of it. So I'm gonna sit here and put pause on my morning routine and drink my coffee, get some work done. I don't know how long I'm gonna click pause, but one of the things that I have realized that has made a massive shift, might not be the right word, but just like impact on my morning routine and routines in general, is that every day doesn't have to look the same. Routine doesn't have to mean that you do the exact same thing every day. It just means that you have a system or a structure to help your day start the way you want it to start. And for me, most days, that does include pressing pause on the app, getting some work done while I'm still in my pajamas and it's literally still dark outside, finishing my coffee, etc. before I move on to the rest of it. Now, if I slept in and it was still light outside, I might move on to the workout step. But if I got up early and it's still dark, whatever, but it doesn't have to be exact in my app for me to make that decision on a daily basis, depending on how I'm feeling. Now, one issue sometimes when I do this and I click pause on a workout and I work is that then I will skip it altogether. That's why in an ideal scenario, I actually like to have more stuff in the app, and that way when I get to work out, I am ready to do it, but it's not working in December, which is fine. We have 2 weeks left. I'll readjust in January to make it work for me. But because I'm bringing you along for my morning routine and all my beauty favorites, I'm for sure gonna get the workout in and do all the things. But for now, I'm gonna sit and get some work done. One of the things that didn't end up on my planner that I realized I forgot to add, which is why this makes it a good day also for me to share my morning routine and my beauty favorites, because I am gonna get fully ready today, or at least more ready than I did yesterday, is the Q&A answers on Instagram. So I post a weekly Q&A box on Instagram. Sorry, the shadows of the kitty. You're so cute. The Q&A box that I post weekly on Instagram, I need to get to those answers today. I don't know why that wasn't on any of my lists. I don't know. Sometimes things just fall by the wayside. I am gonna get back to my morning routine, I promise. It's about 8 o'clock now. I feel really good about the progress that I made on this goal setting session. There's really only one section that I feel like my brain is not really working on getting that slide done today, but I have 43 other slides ready to go. This session is the quote unquote easiest for me to set up though, because I have done it for the last 2 years. This is the 3rd year we're doing it. So I feel the best about this one, and breaking down goals at this point, I got it. That's what we're talking about on Saturday. You can still join in. You can sign up, join Patreon. Saturday, we are spending 3 hours breaking down your 2023 goals, and I'm really excited about it. There's some new stuff in here I'm really excited about. I feel like I should turn on my Christmas tree. Okay, also, now my stomach is growling. That's sometimes the problem with me, like taking my time here and like doing work, is that now I need to eat breakfast before I can focus on working out. So I'm gonna go make some eggs. It's 9 o'clock now. I've procrastinated enough, / I also got a little bit of an extra boost of inspiration and added another slide to this presentation. And I did the slide that I wasn't feeling totally motivated about. So I'm gonna click close. I just closed it, saved, I'm done. I'll touch it again on like either probably sometime on Friday or Saturday, probably Friday during the day, because it was not gonna happen Saturday morning. Probably Friday during the day, just to check in with it, touch it one more time and like review my notes and the timestamps and everything. But like, I feel really good. It's in a really good place. And now it is time to take the energy from my breakfast and move on. Yes, my Routinery app is still on pause. Let me show you. I feel like when I show my phone on camera, I've got to find the right balance of like, it's bright enough that you can see what it says. That's not it, but dark enough that you can see what it says. There we go. Workout still on pause. Right now, I only have my workout at 15 minutes because I'm just trying to do a 10-minute class. So I have an extra 5-minute buffer to like put my clothes on and go press play and whatnot. But that's it. That is one of those things that when I have my full like 3-hour morning routine as a part of, it's much longer. All right, the next step in my morning routine is to switch the laundry. It was done a while ago since I procrastinated and worked for a bit, but I always have this step here just in case, like today, I didn't get to it yet still. All right, the next step is take a shower, which I already did, but wanted to, since we're focusing on beauty favorites as well, wanted to show you the couple of beauty favorites in the shower that I didn't share during the evening routine. I shared some of it, like the face wash, which I also just used, and well, I didn't need any of the makeup remover stuff, but the body wash that we have been loving is the one from Trader Joe's, the citrus body wash with vitamin C. We both use that. And then I use the Function of Beauty shampoo and conditioner, although my shampoo is much more further gone than my conditioner, which I don't understand why it's that way. I thought it would be the other way around, like I would use more. I think it's because I do also use the conditioner that comes with my hair dye a few times a month. So that's probably why, but they don't let me buy just the shampoo. And I mean, it's pretty close, it's not that far. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy like a store-bought shampoo to get me through the rest of this conditioner. I don't know what I'm gonna pick, I'm just gonna go pick something, but I do love my Function of Beauty. They have a referral code, I'll leave it linked down below. You get some percentage off, I get credit back to the shop, not affiliated, just a normal customer referral code. All right, then I brushed my teeth and now I'm back in my office / dressing room / whatever. I have a step on my Routinery app to remind me to put my contacts in if I do want to put my contacts in that day before I do any of my other skincare. I don't know why I'm already taking my hair down because I still have to do my skincare, because I personally struggle to get my contacts in once like I have other stuff on my face. So we're gonna skip that today though. And now it is skincare. So these are the steps that I will do every day regardless of how ready I'm getting. First step is a vitamin C serum. I don't even know that I can call this favorite. I got this from Amazon because I was looking for a slightly less expensive one and I went to my drugstore and couldn't find anything. And so I just ordered it. I don't love it. If you have any recommendations for a vitamin C serum that doesn't break the bank when this one's done, I don't really plan to repurchase it. Then moisturizer, again, CeraVe is the brand from the drugstore that I use. Daily moisturizing lotion. A lot of my stuff I learned about from Jessica Braun, who I feel like I've talked about way too much during Vlogmas, as the one beauty channel that I really still follow. And then the sunscreen that I love, which I've talked about. One of the high-end purchases that I will continue forever to make is the Supergoop Matte. My skin tends to lean oily, so I love the matte sunscreen, and sunscreen every day regardless, even if I don't plan to leave the house. I don't remember where I learned that, but all the sunscreen all the time. So sometimes that's it. That's all I'll do, and I will then put on deodorant. You don't need to watch me do that. And then I'm trying to be better about using my perfume even when I'm just staying home. So the perfume I'm using right now is this Burberry one. The lid is MIA. It's probably back behind the dresser, frankly. Oh, it smells so good. I got this for Christmas 2 years ago, so it's lasted me about halfway. I've just been trying to be better about using things even if I am just working from home because I enjoy it. All right, then the next step on my Routinery app is actually to get ready. And if that's all I'm doing, I'm done. I will skip that one and move on with my day. I've been trying to at least do my tinted moisturizer and a little bit of mascara. Like even if that's all that I do, if I'm getting fully ready for the day, like, and I need to do it now, like I'm filming or whatever, I will just do it now. It's gonna take me longer than 11 minutes, especially because I'm gonna bring you along. It's fine, like my morning routine will run over. If I'm getting ready later in the day, then I'll just do whatever I'm gonna do now, skip it, and keep going. So here we go, let's get ready. Normally, I alternate between makeup and hair, but I feel like for you probably don't want to watch me alternate between those things. So I figured let's just go ahead and do my makeup and then I will do my hair. So we're gonna start with the tinted moisturizer that I use, which is the Tinted Hydrator from Wet n Wild. I have it in like 4 different colors right now. This is the light medium. I feel like this works for me, but I really do like this product. It's very inexpensive. It gives like just the right amount of coverage, I feel, for like a regular day, and it has some other good ingredients in it as well. And again, just really, really affordable. I don't know what it is. I really like it. I think I've talked about this before in a few places, but I like to splurge on some makeup and skincare related things, and then I like to be more like conscious on other things, and this is one of my conscious things. Then depending on how I'm feeling, if I'm gonna be on camera, depending on how tired I look, if I have any pimples I need to cover up, I will put on a little bit of concealer. I like the Tarte Shape Tape. To me, it's kind of one of those in between. I guess it is technically a high-end brand, but it's only on sale at Ulta. But I also like this, even if I don't feel like I need a lot on my under eye, a little friend down there, I like putting it on my eyelids to kind of like, I'm not gonna put on eyeshadow today. So I like putting my concealer on my eyelids. But I use this, I went and got it damp, so it's bigger and smushier. And I will just do a little bit there, put on my friend on my chin, and that's it. And then again, kind of depending on what my plans are for the day, how long I want my makeup to last, I will put a little bit of powder on. I use the Maybelline Fit, I feel like, oh, Matte and Poreless, that's what it's called. And then I also use the Real Techniques brushes, also from the drugstore. And I will do a little bit more on my eyes, like where I just put that concealer to kind of help that set. And then I'll just do a little bit all over my face. That's a smidge more coverage, and definitely make sure that it's gonna last a little bit longer for me than if I were just to leave it. Next up is bronzer, which again, a lot of these products, when I did my Ulta haul however many weeks ago, I talked about a lot of these. This is the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. The only con to this, oh my gosh, it smells amazing. The only con to this is it breaks very easily. So if you are traveling, I do not travel with this guy. I've learned that the hard way. He does not travel well. I have a very old Hoola Beauty bronzer that I have had forever. That is my, like, I keep just for travel because it won't break. Because the Physicians Formula one, well, the lighting in the viewfinder is almost better than the lighting on my actual mirror. But I don't put a ton of that on, just a little bit, darken up my face a smidge. Then if I am feeling like a little bit extra, I will use the bronzer as a eyeshadow. Not happening today. I don't care that much. I'm putting on makeup mostly as part of this morning routine, like a get ready with me, but also I do like to have a little bit more makeup on if I'm gonna do the Q&A answers on Instagram. Okay, next up, blush. Same thing. This blush I bought as part of that Ulta sale, although I'm not loving it. It's a little too light for my skin. And it's winter. So this is the palest I ever am. So my watch just told me to breathe. Watch, I'm not sure why you feel that way. Yeah, this is not really working for me. I may have to gift this to somebody else who will get more use out of it. Last step of my face is highlighter. I also, man, I feel like I'm a walking advertisement for like Wet n Wild. Well, no, I have at least one more product, but I use their highlighter just a smidge. I just had to mess with the camera for a sec. It was running out of space on the memory card, which that's because I didn't delete on properly. So anyways, highlighter, tops my cheekbones. Sometimes I also will dust a little bit on my eyelash, or my eyelids, eyelashes, and my nose. Okay, that's it. Next step, also this is definitely gonna feel like it takes way longer while we're talking, whereas when I do this on my own, like it really doesn't take me that long. Okay, I can't open this drawer while you're there, hang on. For the sake of telling you about my favorite things, even the ones that I'm not necessarily using today, if I am gonna do eyeshadow, I love these little e.l.f. Foursome quads. I have 2. I have one in Cream and Sugar and then Rose Water. Sometimes I'll use just one or mix them together, but if I am gonna do eyeshadow, that's what I use. All right, next up, eyebrows. I use this e.l.f. brow pencil. I don't do a whole lot. My eyebrows, as long as I keep up with getting them waxed, they have a pretty nice shape to them and they're pretty filled in. I basically I do what I just did and I brush through them, and then I take the other side, which is like a pencil, and I just kind of fill in the top and the edges of, is this my beauty favorites, or is this like actually how I put on makeup? Because I am not an expert in any way, shape, or form, and I'm not trying to be. So just bringing you along for what I do, my quick makeup routine that I do in the mornings. Really, I guess the 11 minutes I have, I probably could do this whole thing in 11 minutes if I really tried. Anyways, just a little bit on my eyebrows, just give it a little bit of extra something. Okay, next step, curling my eyelashes. I've had this eyelash curler for gosh knows how long. It's the Shiseido brand, which I know the like internet raves about. So I think I bought it when I was in like, I definitely had like a beauty YouTuber. I watched all of them and bought all the things phase. But man, sometimes if I don't even put on makeup, I will just curl my eyelashes and I feel like it makes a big difference. Okay, if I am gonna put on eyeliner, I will use this Wet n Wild waterproof one. I'm not gonna do that today. I don't really feel like I need that step. But I will put on my nude eyeliner on the bottom lash. I know I've gotten questions about this for years. I actually use a concealer pencil from Nude Sticks that is now discontinued. It is very unfortunate. I have like 3 backups ready to go. Somebody sent me a link to one, I forget where, and I have like one already and I bought like 2 more backups because it's discontinued, which is a bummer. And then I also use these little poofs from Amazon to like help me not mess up my makeup if I'm like using my face. All right, next up, which I also showed during the Ulta haul, is the MAC Fix Plus. I kind of just love the way this feels, but I feel like it does make all the powders look a little bit less powdery, kind of blend them together a little bit. Okay, and then while that is drying, I'm gonna go ahead and put my hair up. Probably would have helped if I plugged in the curling iron. Womp womp. All right, you probably already know the answer to this because I get asked this question all the time. Is my favorite mascara. It is the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. And if you get it on QVC, it is a very good deal. It is still slightly more expensive than like a drugstore brand. It depends on the drugstore brand. Right at this point, I'm not sure why I turned the camera. Let's get over here closer. At this point, some drugstore brands, like I really like the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. That's what my mom and sister still swear by. Actually, that's not true. My mom has switched to a tube mascara. I forget what brand she uses. Anyways, I do like that mascara. The QVC price on this, I'm pretty sure, is less than L'Oreal Lash Paradise price. At like a regular price. I mean, sometimes you can get like a buy one, get one 50% off, but I'm pretty sure. So I will do 1 coat and then let it dry a little bit. Now, if I really like don't care what my eyelashes look like and I'm just putting on mascara for me, sometimes I will use a 2nd coat of this Essence Lash Princess. I bought this for my honeymoon, which now as I say that sentence out loud probably means I should throw this away, because mascara I think you're only supposed to have for 3 months. I go through this way faster than it could ever go bad, but I have been sometimes using this as my 2nd coat just to save a little bit of money, because this is drugstore, but this is like $5, whereas like the Lancome, or not the Lancome, the L'Oreal one is like $14, and this on the QVC deal is like 16. So it's like, well, I might as well pay for the one that I really like. But that Essence one is pretty darn good and it's a lot less expensive. I do still swear by the waterproof version. If you do need a waterproof mascara, the Essence, IT Cosmetics doesn't have a waterproof version. The IT Cosmetics waterproof one is where it's at. My lashes on my left eye have been doing weird things lately. I had this issue the other day too. They like, certain ones keep clumping together and it's just my left eye. My right eye looks just fantastic. And my left eye is like, not sure what's going on over there. All right, and then the last step, I'm just gonna put on some chapstick. I'm not actually gonna put on any lipstick yet. And then sometimes I will do the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray, another high-end product I absolutely swear by, but I don't actually care. Like the only thing I care about what my makeup looks like is for the Instagram Q&A, which I'm gonna do as soon as I'm done with this clip. So I don't need my makeup to last all day. I'm not gonna waste some spritz on that. So now I'm gonna quickly do my hair. All right, the curling iron brand I use, I'm like, I don't even know if it actually is on here anymore. I'm not actually sure what it is, or if I could tell you. Oh, I think it's Hot Tools. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, I've had this for friggin' I don't know how long. Literally for so long. It works. I don't feel the need to get a new nice fancy one. I like the way my hair looks with this. The amount of time I let it sit and the amount of curl like pieces I do vastly depends on, again, how much I care about what my hair looks like that day and how long I need it to last. If I was doing my hair right now and I needed it to last until the end of the day, which is not the norm for me. Like if I'm doing something in the evening, I'll wait to get ready, and closer to the evening I won't get ready this early. But then I would let it sit longer on each piece and I would probably do more pieces. For today, I just want to give it a little bit of something. I just want it to look a little bit more groomed, is that the right word? Okay, also rushing and talking to you while doing this is making it so much harder. Normally I don't let them get tangled like that. So for something like today, I'm not gonna do near as many pieces and I'm not gonna let it sit for that long because I don't want it to be like super tight and I don't need it to last. I care more about what it looks like in the next 10 minutes than I do in the next 10 hours. So that impacts how I do my hair. I also
always do it away from the face. And I know a lot of people talk about alternating so they don't combine into one. I like that look of them getting combined like that. So I do go all the same direction depending on the side of my head I'm on. But what I do that I learned from somebody is I start at the top and you twist it in, lower it a little bit, twist it in, lower it a little bit. I'm not really sure actually why we do that, but I learned that from a hairstylist once. And we'll just keep going. All right, the final step, brushing out the curls. Gosh, I used to be like, oh, I don't want to do that. It's gonna make them not look, it's gonna make them fall and not look good. Well, first off, my hair holds a curl really, really well. And second off, it makes them look fantastic. It makes them look so much better. Oh, I wish there's so many old pictures I look at that I'm like, if you would just brush through those curls, like, it'll look so much better. Like specifically our engagement, not our engagement photos. By then I had figured it out, but like our engagement, like when we got engaged, my hair looks ridiculous. Anyways, okay, the last step, which I just like put on my hands without telling you, is actually it's kind of a bizarre product. I don't remember, I've been doing this for a very long time, not this exact brand, but this exact type of product on my frizzies. So I use it to get down like the frizzies at my part, and then I use it to kind of just like shape, get the frizzies out of the rest of it and kind of just like shape the curls a bit. And it is like, it's like a wax for like, most likely someone with short hair doing like kind of a spiky hair look is kind of, I'm pretty sure the purpose of this, yeah. Not necessarily for long-haired me trying to get my wispies down and like shape my hair, but it works so well. It's like my favorite little secret hack. Although I don't think it's a secret because I feel like I've talked about it before, but who knows. Okay, I'm gonna put my earrings in that are in the bathroom and then we'll get on with our day. All right, actually I kind of lied. There is one more step to my morning routine, which is to make the bed. And I have that in there typically, and I think I mentioned this in the evening routine. In the evening routine, it's the counters. In the morning, it's the bed. Whoever's out of the bed second makes the bed. Most of the time on a weekday, that's gonna be my husband. But both of us have been really lazy about making the bed lately. And honestly, it's just not a priority right now. So I'm gonna skip it. I didn't even check. I don't know if he made the bed. Probably didn't, and I don't care. All right, while we're over here, let's do the advent calendars. And you can now see my full shirt in case you haven't seen it. I love this shirt. Okay, it's from Old Navy from years ago. Are we on day 8? Or did I smell this one yesterday? I can't even remember now, you guys, because I haven't been lighting them because the smells have just not been in. No, we haven't done this one because I don't remember this. Persimmon, which honestly, I forget what that even is. I think it's, I don't know. I don't know if it's a fruit or a flower. It's fine. I'm sure one of you is going to tell me. It smells amazing. Once again, this smells like spring. This smells like springtime, summertime. Does not smell like winter. Goodbye, candle. Not lighting you. All right, socks for today. We are on a high sock, and I'm trying to think if I want to save all my high socks. I mean, we might as well, because now I've gotten to the point where I've gone through so many of them that I've started washing them, and so I have clean ones of old ones. So if I really need a high sock, like I can wear the clean ones of an old version. Oh, these are red. This is so fun. Oh my gosh, with my green shirt, it's so festive. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I said yesterday may have been my favorites, but these might be my new favorites. They are high socks. It's red with a 0 and candy canes all over them. I love them so much. All right, so I'm still working on the Instagram Q&A. My phone has been having issues all morning with watching YouTube. I keep getting the something went wrong face, and it's every channel, but it's clearly a me problem because nobody else is talking about it. I Googled it. And so one of the questions I want to answer, I want to use YouTube to answer it. I want to go watch one of my old videos before I post it. And so I'm trying to reboot my phone, see if that helps. But while my phone is trying to figure itself out, I wanted to share with you that one of the questions I have on the Q&A today was about morning routines, which is the timing of that is just so ironic since that's what I'm focusing on today. So I wanted to let you know that I made a playlist of all of my morning routine videos that I've ever made, both my morning routines, and then I did a morning routine tips video. And so I'll leave that playlist link down below. This video will obviously be a part of it now, but there are plenty of other prior versions of my morning routine if you want to go back and watch older ones. So I just wanted to tell you about the video too, in case you don't follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna try not to cry before I post this story. Because the question was about Christmas traditions, and so the video I wanted to watch was a video I did in my very first Vlogmas 4 years ago about my top 10 Christmas traditions, and most of them we don't do anymore. They're just like old things that we used to do, or things that maybe my other family members still do but I'm not there for. But one of them was with my godmother, and in the video I'm like, her name was Frances, and I was like, wait, it still is, like I still have her, and I don't anymore. Since filming that video, we've lost her. So anyway, just but it's kind of a fun video.
It's like, I mean, to me, it's a little bit like, because it's so old, and my skills as both being on camera as well as filming and editing and all that stuff is definitely improved. But I'll link it if you're curious. Look at this cute kitty on the couch. Oh, hi. That was a cute little stretch flip that you did there. You're so fluffy. Mom, stop. Stop. She's so cute. All right, I am headed to go pick up my photo. I got the text a while ago that it was done, but now I'm finally like, okay, time. I'm gonna go get my photo and then come back and do December daily. Remember like day one when I said I wasn't gonna take you with me to the drugstore every day that I went? But sometimes it's the only, like some days, it's the only time that I leave the house. And I feel like I need to show you something other than the inside of our apartment. But like, there's nothing exciting about this other than I'm just doing the same walk to the drugstore that I do every day to go pick up a photo. It's good, it gets me out of the house, makes me get some steps in, but it's probably not all that exciting to watch. I got sucked in to the sale in the aisle. These were buy one, get one free, and I thought it would just be festive for us to have these in the kitchen. Plus, we both have such big sweet teeth, I guess is the plural of that we like always want something sweet at the end of a meal. And I haven't been buying chocolate when I get the Aldi delivery because it's just, that is way more expensive on Aldi's website than Trader Joe's. Now I wish I had like a cute holiday bowl for these, which I do not. So we're gonna go on the hunt when we get home to see if I can find something cute to put this in. I could have looked at CVS. They probably had something, but I got those in the aisle. I was like waiting in line and saw them and was like, oh, we need those. Okay, here are my cold brew options, and they're kind of mixed together, interestingly. So this is the brand Sock, which I know one of you recommended to me that I tried, that I got from Aldi and I didn't like. And they have, I think this is the one I got. They also have a light one. That's definitely not it. It tasted too light for me. So there's the Starbucks one, but it's vanilla sweet cream. I don't want that. I want plain old cold brew. They have plain iced coffee, which is not what I want. Nope. Okay, let's see here. Caramel macchiato, plain iced coffee. Then there's Dunkin', which same thing, just iced coffee. So I'm leaning towards this brand, which is on sale, so that's positive. It's still more than the Trader Joe's one. And so they've got almond milk. That's like espresso, which if I want espresso, I'll just make espresso. So I wish they had like a dark one, but they have a medium and a blonde. So I think we're gonna try the medium. This girl, I should have known as soon as I left, you were gonna steal my seat. All right, I'm showing this to you in my office, but I'm gonna go put it in the kitchen. I could not find any kind of cute bowl. That's clearly something we need to purchase, is like a cute holiday bowl. So I just use one of our normal black bowls that we have from our dishes, and I just put both types in there and just like mix them together. I'm just gonna go put this in the kitchen. All right, let's open up today's advent calendar. Day 13, feels like a full sticker sheet. Oh, and some more of these. I already have some of these. I have actually, mine I think are like metallic, but these are always useful, especially during December daily. To kick off today's story, I'm actually including an additional photo from yesterday's story that got posted after the fact. So I'm putting these two pictures back to back. I run out of rolling adhesive and I try to find another one and decide to just go ahead and use some double-sided tape. So I'm sticking them both down to either side of this white cardstock. It's not super thick cardstock, but I just wanted to make the pictures a little bit thicker since I was going to keep them outside of the page protector. So I trim it down and then I get to punching holes in them. I consider for a second using those stickers that I used on the envelope the other day, but ultimately decided I wanted to just punch the holes right in the photo. So I line it up with a page protector and decide, instead of putting it directly in the middle, I shifted it up a little bit so there would be 3 holes, so it'd be a little bit more sturdy. So I use a paper clip and then try to punch it, and man, I am struggling. This new hole punch, I bought a new hole punch because my other one didn't have a bottom anymore, and I am really struggling to get it to go through the photo, both photos and the cardstock. And so for a second, I'm gonna like do the X-Acto knife. That was a silly idea. So then I decide maybe I'll use the stickers, because at this point I've started to make a hole in that top corner that it looks bad. So I thought about using the sticker and that it would cover up. And then I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to keep trying. And eventually when I change the angle and do it kind of closer to my body, I'm able to get it. So then I just add another little heart sticker to that photo to tie it into the other side. So then I am looking for a journaling card to go with this photo. I took the photo of both the camera so I could talk about Vlogmas, but then also the countdown board. And I end up going with this cardstock that says December Traditions, since Vlogmas is a December tradition for me. And for a while, I am going to include this
this still merry and bright. It'll make sense when I start to write about it. That's not in reference to Vlogmas. And I pick out this black number 12, and then I pick these little word phrase stickers that I don't use very often, but it gives me that kind of vibe that goes with the camera, so I really like it. I eventually realized that you can't see it, so I scooted over. The stickers say real and documented. So for a while, I think I'm going to use the 12 and the still merry and bright, and ultimately decide to use just the 12. So while I'm putting the stickers on the 12, I think I also want to pull in some of those word phrase stickers to the other side. I thought I had a set of black ones, but I don't. So I end up going with these green ones, and I pick one that says the season of stories, and you can't even see it. I put it on the bottom, and then I put the 12. And then I get to journaling, and I'm talking about how Vlogmas is part of my December traditions. This is my 5th year doing it, and in some ways it's the absolute best. I'm enjoying this format of Vlogmas the best so far, but in some ways it's very tough because it is my last Vlogmas in New York City, and that was kind of why I wanted to use that still merry and bright sticker, which I do try again to find a place for as part of this story. As soon as I'm done journaling, I try and figure out a home for it, and I don't like the way it looks anywhere. I should have put it with the 12 to begin with, but at this point I can't lift up that 12. So that's it.
All right, I'm so frustrated. So I just finished up December Daily. I didn't have time to do the voiceover. I'm about to get on this noon one-on-one call, and we'll try the cold brew afterwards. But I am very bummed because I just discovered. So when I realized that I was having YouTube issues, the only way that I was able to ultimately fix it was to delete the app and re-download it. Well, when I did that, I also deleted all the things that I had downloaded on YouTube. And that is that is like how I save watch later stuff. I don't save stuff to my watch later folder because I have YouTube Premium. I save it to my downloads. And now they're gone. There's literally nothing there. So everything I had saved to my watch later, or like my downloads. Now, like I said yesterday, I'm pretty much caught up on Vlogmas, on the people that I watch, but I had lots of business content that I was gonna watch in January saved in there. Dang. And so I'm trying to decide. So first off, note to self, Laken, the downloads folder is not a watch later folder. It doesn't save all the time. Use the watch later folder like a normal person. But now I can't decide, like, do I go back through all those channels I'm subscribed to and try and figure out what I had in there? I don't know. I'm just so mad at myself for doing that, but whatever. There's nothing I can do about it now. So I have 2 minutes. I'm gonna hop on this call and then we'll have some coffee. Maybe that will cheer me up. All right, it's about 12:45. Call was good, and then I had some leftovers, just some taco from yesterday for lunch. We're gonna try this iced coffee. I didn't make a full cup because I don't need a full cup of cold brew right now at 12:45. But let's see how it goes. Oh, it's good. I like it. I still prefer the Trader Joe's, but I don't dislike this coffee. Okay, that's good to know. So like right now, I used the last of the cold brew this morning, the Trader Joe's stuff, and I wasn't gonna make it there today. So knowing that I can go next door and grab one. I mean, yes, it's more expensive than the Trader Joe's, but it is still, it was what, $6.99 for that whole thing, where I would go to like the coffee shop and pay $5 for one. So, I mean, it's still way cheaper than going out and getting coffee. Although it was funny because the Braun family, which I feel like is just our family at this point that I talk about, that I watch on YouTube, he just taught us how to make actual cold brew. And he was going on about how the stuff at the store is so expensive compared to just making it yourself. And I'm like, yeah, but then when you compare it to like going to a coffee shop, and now that you think about it, like he was comparing like the grocery store versus making it yourself. And so then when I think about the markup of the coffee shop, mind blown. So I started uploading the footage so I can get through the December Daily voiceover before this next call at 1. And then there's like 40 something clips already, and it's like noon. So, but I hope that most of them are short because it is my morning routine, but I know those get ready with me ones are not. So probably gonna limit the amount of vlogging I do the rest of today. Otherwise this video is gonna be forever long. All right, here's where we're at on the planner for the day. We're getting a lot of these things done, getting through these calls. Feeling good. I realized I never actually put my communication routine on here. I'm not sure how that also slipped my mind besides the Q&A answers. I know part of it is probably I put less stuff on my weekly plan this week to try and make it not feel overwhelming to me, and then I'm forgetting stuff on my daily. So all planning systems are a work in progress, right, kitty? Yes, Mom, please let me come sit on your lap. Thank you. Also, I still haven't cleaned up December Daily, but I have 30 minutes until this call starts. So I'm gonna pop HB90, my headphones on my phone, and get to work.
And now it's dark outside. I haven't been vlogging as much because I know that this video is already going to be forever and a day long. Also, I forgot about something this evening. In my massive brain dump of social things, there was a social thing that did not get on the list. One of my friends is moving. She's leaving New York also, but she's leaving like during Christmas, after Christmas, like right after Christmas. So she is having a goodbye happy hour tonight. And so I totally forgot. And she sent out a reminder text and I was like, well, thank goodness you did this because I completely forgot. And I do have a call tonight at a one-on-one call at 7:30 that I have to be back for. And so I'm not gonna have a drink at that goodbye happy hour, but it's about a 15-ish minute walk from here. So I'm gonna go for a bit to say bye to my friend. Actually, I'm also seeing her tomorrow. We're doing a one-on-one lunch. But I still wanna go show her support for the happy hour tonight because I told her I was going. And so when she sent me a reminder text, I was like, yeah, I know I said I would be there. But then we also scheduled one-on-one time for tomorrow. It's a good friend and I'm bummed that she's moving, but also we're right behind her and she's going to Florida, which is a very fun place to go visit. So what I'm gonna do now, it is 4:40. I'm going to do a quick version of my communication routine, which mostly just means I'm skipping emails, which, where's my planner? I have done for days now, which is why I actually put emails in my planner, but it is what it is. It also means I'm probably not gonna cook dinner tonight because I'm just not gonna have time and I'm not gonna feel like it after my one-on-one call at 8 p.m. But that's all right, everything will keep one more day. The problem is that we have holiday parties Thursday and Friday, so I wasn't necessarily planning to cook dinner both of those nights. I had planned 3 meals for this week and then one that I was gonna do next week where everything was either frozen, like nothing was fresh. So it was gonna be, I could just wait until next week and cook that on Monday. We leave on Wednesday for Chicago. So since I'm not cooking tonight, what I'll probably do is cook one of those meals for lunch on Thursday or Friday. Yeah, that's probably the plan. Okay, back to the computer. Okay, if I'm not making dinner and literally the rest of my day is gonna be me going to this happy hour for an hour-ish, coming back, doing my call, and then probably like literally crashing into bed. I've gotten a lot done today. The silent co-working, I had some great questions in the chat, but I also was able to get a few things done while I was waiting for somebody to ask a question and also watching soccer, which I didn't comment on. Argentina, crushing it today. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go and close out this vlog because I also am pretty sure it's really, really long. There's a lot. I mean, it was my whole morning routine and to get ready with me and all the things. So that's gonna be it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and every day here during Vlogmas. I almost messed up my own outro. I'll see you tomorrow. I think I have drastically realized, drastically is not the word I want there. All right, it is now 9 o'clock, and so we're gonna start with the tinted moisturizer, Next step, which I should also show during, oh, that was loud. Remember this.